XRP price update. Let's get into it. So Chris, today we are going to be taking a cheeky look at XRP and specifically giving everyone a bit of a price update as to what's going on here. We'll be taking a look at the XRP technical analysis. We'll have a look at the daily chart, the 4-hourly chart, and the 1-hour chart. We'll be taking a look at the Fibonacci retracements. We'll have a look at those 50, 100, 200 moving averages along with the RSI, the volumes as well. So give us a bit of a picture as to what's going on here with the price action of XRP. It's doing phenomenally well, and rightfully so. And yeah, as we get into this, guys, if you find this video useful and informative, do go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you will stay well informed. So why not? And with that being said, Chris, anything else you would like to add before we jump down to the charts and see what's going on here with the XRP coin?
So, there is, of course. The first thing I'd like is if people would let us know what their price predictions are for XRP in the comments below. Really interested to know that for this bull run 2021. And, I love this project, really bullish on it, have been this entire SEC lawsuit. So yeah, let's get into it, Nick. Let's talk numbers and see what transpires, and then talk about a little bit why we like the project. It'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's first of all take a look at the technical analysis and then get into what else is going on here. I need to load the actual screen and try that again. Right, Chris, so this is XRP to the USDT. This is the daily chart and Binance is our data source. Now we have got a Fibonacci retracement tool on here, and for most people who probably follow XRP will be familiar with the tool itself, right? So we have a low level and a high level that sets our Fibonacci retracement tool up, right? So we have the high level, which I was using the pump and dump from the 1st of February. So that scam that was going on earlier in the year. So we've had the price up to about 75 cents and then they basically crashed right down. So I've used that high and low point within our Fibonacci retracement for this analysis, okay? So we have the high of the 1st and the low of the 2nd of February, okay? And then obviously we had the rally back up. We took out the 702 briefly there, pulled right back into the 236 area. And the thing with XRP is it's been quite a volatile cryptocurrency. And yes, it's a currency for this, right? So it's been quite volatile during this SEC lawsuit, but it has obviously rallied really well in the last few days, right? So we've come up to the 702. We got that close on the 4th, which happened to be the weekly close in the 702, and obviously that took it right on up out of here, which was kind of a really good, well obvious kind of play. Now we did leave this box here. This is a bit of an area that we left a gap. The gap has been left behind and we might have to come back into it at some point. It looks like that's actually been left behind for now, which is interesting. We came back down, tested this area a little bit, and then moved right back up again. So I've left this on here as an area of interest for later analysis. But for now, we actually rallied much higher. We took out that first price target of $1.01. That actually happened on the 6th of April. We had the pullback and then obviously coming right back into that area again on the next day, and it has continued to rally really well. The volumes had increased quite nicely in order to get this kind of rally up, but they have started to decrease. So on the days now, they are decreasing a little bit on the macro view. However, last couple of days, the volumes have been increasing still. Now, we were overbought on the RSI, so anything above 70 on the RSI indicator is overbought, and in this case, we actually rallied this thing quite high. It got up to about 87. Now, the blue line that I've marked out is the previous high. That came in at 93, so we didn't get as high as 93, but we came back down into a comfortable area just below 70 and started to rally back up again here. And that's really interesting because now we're moving up again. Are we going to take out that 93 on the chart or not? So that's going to be one to watch out for as things start to heat up. The volumes at the moment are not necessarily saying that is the case because they are quite low. You'd expect higher volumes, in the case of what we saw over here, the day-on-day volumes were increasing, whereas at the moment they're not so well. But that being said, we are overbought still on this daily chart, and that's not a bad thing right now. So the daily chart, Chris, is looking pretty interesting. We obviously have the 50 moving average, the 100 moving average, and the 200 moving average, and they are way past, or the candles are way past them, right? So we're nowhere near those averages, and we are incredibly over average, if you will. So let's go ahead and pull into our 4 hourly candles here, and our chart. We can see that we almost got to that 73 level here on this 4 hourly chart. We had a pullback. We got back into this comfortable zone here, and we've started to rally yet again, which is really good news. So we had that good volume coming up here, and we can see that from the volume side here, and we obviously called that off nicely. That allowed us to protect that price as we called off, and has started to increase a little bit here as well. So the volumes are looking pretty good. The RSI is rallying nicely to the upside. Still plenty of room to head towards that 93.41 on the RSI indicator. And if I go ahead and just pull down here, we can see the price action, right? If I just pull this down, we're about 15% away from our next price target, which comes in at $1.43. So things are really heating up nicely there. So we're going to watch that situation quite closely. But we've had as high as $1.27 today, and that's still doing incredibly well. So we have a slight pullback right now, but that's kind of natural. We are in an overbought territory here, so we just have to watch and see how that plays out. And again, those averages are moving closer to the candles here on the 4 hourly chart, but they're still a fair distance away from the candles themselves. But we are getting closer, which is potentially giving us an area of confidence, because that 50 moving average and the 100 and the 200, one of those, it hopefully will form a good area of support to help push this thing even further forward. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull us into the hourly view, and that shows us a little bit more of what's going on here. And like we were just talking about those averages, those moving averages, here we can see that the 50 moving average has been acting as a bit of support. So we're right up here with those moving averages on the hourly chart, and that's going to be a good thing to keep us stable. So we've got all those. So we've got the 50 moving average and the 100 moving average, with the 200 average actually being a little bit lower. So those two are going to be things to be watching out for, looking for any crosses there as well. Now, if we just have a look at the volume side, just to move that chart out of the way, we can see the volume has started to spike up in the last couple of hours. So we had a spike, we had a bit of a dip, and then another spike. So that's looking quite interesting. And we can see the same in the RSI here. We had the spike going up from 49 through to about 74, slight pullback to the 70 level, and then rallying up again right now. So things on the XRP chart are looking pretty good. On the hourly, they're looking pretty good on the 4 hourly and on the daily. The only concerns really at this point is they are all showing us that it is overbought. So there's only going to be a certain amount of time that will be sustainable for, and eventually we are going to have to correct back down. And the idea here is to make sure we have a good area of support. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our daily view here. And again, we're just going to expand this up and see what's going on. So our first price target, which comes in at, the second price target, is the 2.618 Fibonacci extension level. That comes in at $1.43. Now, I think that is probably where we're going to start running out of steam with the XRP price rally as it stands, and then we'll probably end up with a bit of a correction. So what I'd like to see here is maybe the next sort of maybe day we end up taking out that price target there, and then we'll start to potentially see a bit of a correction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thinking that we'll probably end up moving it up to about here. Okay, let's get that price target taken out, and I'm just going to move this over to the side for a second. So we'll just pop that there. So we are current price 15% away from that price target, and then I'm thinking we'll probably end up having to come back down, and there's probably going to be a support zone of around about here somewhere. And I'm going to quickly just mark that out with a horizontal ray. I'm just going to pop that onto here. I would anticipate that there's something around the $1.09, and just looking at this here. But until we complete today's candle, it's going to be hard to tell what gaps are going to be left behind. And obviously we do have this gap here, and I'm going to put another horizontal ray just on top of this one, because that's an area of interest. That comes in at 79 cents. So I'm just going to monitor that situation. I don't think we'll go as low as that right now, but we do have $1.01. That's another key area for us. That comes in down here, and that's our previous price target. We obviously had the close and the open on that line today, rallying up. So we're looking at that 15% move to the upside, and then a potential come back down in a healthy correction down to 109, and then from there we should then start to get more action, I think, to the top. But of course, Chris, the XRP is vastly different to many projects because of that lawsuit. It may play out very differently to this. And obviously we have got a new price target up the top there. It comes in at $1.84. So things are definitely interesting when it comes to XRP. It's obviously more on an emotional marketplace, Chris, I would say, than maybe some of the other ones. But technically speaking, we have that 15% move up to the top end, slight healthy correction down to 109 potentially on the cards there, only because there's a gap and it's hard to know if that's exactly where the support line is going to be at this point, and then shoot on up from there. But obviously the SEC lawsuit is going to be playing a factor. Good news is going to continue to keep this in an overbought situation, and any bad news is going to potentially pull this down much faster and further than most of the support lines that we've discovered recently. So things are interesting when it comes to XRP, Chris, but what's all your thoughts?
Yeah, love the project. You know, I particularly like the use case. I'm not one of these individuals that sits in the camp, you know, the decentralized and centralized, and you know, for me, like, you have to kind of park all of that. I think Ripple have done an awful lot of good work for everybody in this space, whether people like them or not. And you know, for that, I think they, you know, there shouldn't be this centralized, decentralized side of things, because, you know, without Ripple pushing for clarity in this space, I think we probably wouldn't be in the position we are today. And I also think that it's probably a good thing for the rest of the crypto space that Ripple were the first that the SEC went after, because, you know, they've got the power and the finance behind them to be able to put up a really good fight. And you know, we've not changed our position. Well, I say we haven't. We've increased our position during the dip off the back of the SEC case. And you know, our opinion has always been throughout this whole saga that, you know, Ripple will do well regardless of the result, and so will XRP.
Absolutely. And I'm confident that regardless of the outcome, the XRP coin is going to do incredibly well. 1000% for Kin after being, you know, found out to be a security, found guilty, paying the fine. You know, 7 days later, it's 1000% gains. You know, 30 days later, I think it was like 2000% gains. So it doesn't matter if you win, lose, draw, settle, whatever. It's going to do well. And yeah, so when we had the flash sale, Chris, when all that blood was in the street, it was a bit of a no-brainer to pick up an additional bag of XRP and to just hodl. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But right now, I think SEC is on the back foot. Ripple are slightly ahead here. So I think the lawsuit's going to be an interesting one to continue watching how that unfolds for sure. Guys, yeah, go for it, Chris.
I was going to say one other thing. You know, there will be people who will be like, yeah, but, you know, if you held all that time, you could have made money elsewhere. Well, we're not traders, so, you know, it's not our bag. We literally buy and hold. You know, and it does as well. We sell at certain points, but, you know, not in a trading type fashion. So, you know, that's just how it is.
It is, absolutely. So guys, if you found this video useful, informative, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of those hidden gems and new cryptocurrencies that we talk about here at Cheeky Crypto, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you'll stay well informed. So why not? And with that being said, we hope everyone has a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.